Hi, you guys. It is Thursday, July 11th, 2018. No, 2019. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl Podcast, episode 177, Foes and Stash. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpearl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Pearl Podcast group. And I said all that, but let me just say, you don't have to remember all of that stuff. There's a link in the down bar below to the show notes, to the Ravelry group, and if you click on the show notes, at the top of the show notes is my social media with clickable links. You can click, go over, follow me, and all of that. Thank you. I also do a Ravelry group birthday shout out every podcast, and I'm doing, I have to get my show notes over a little bit. I'm doing July 1st through July 15th. We have Pickles 58. Her birthday was on the 3rd of July. We have Angelize 7664. Her birthday was on the 6th of July. Knit Crochet Mad. Her birthday was on the 7th of July. We have Jellius, or something like that. It's of 3 M's, Jelias. Her birthday is tomorrow, the 12th. And Purple 711. Her birthday is today. Happy birthday. So happy birthday, you all. I hope that you will have or did have a wonderful birthday, that you got good fibery gifts, that you got to spend time with friends and family and do all the things that you want to do on your birthday. And most of all, I hope that you had your version and enjoyed your version of a birthday cake. And if it was your birthday between July 1st and July 15th and you don't share that information on Ravelry, happy birthday to you as well. So that leads into the May-June finish it along prize draw. So there was a little difficulty with the longest languishing whip prize. One posted in, and I wrote it down. There were 2 people who posted, and their project started in 2015. They were so close together, and one got posted at a later date. Then I should have closed the thread before they posted it, and I forgot, and I didn't. So I decided, instead of having conflict, I would just give away to those 2. I would dig in my stash and find a second skein of equal or lesser value. So here's the deal. The 2 people who had whips that they finished are Ange in the East and Pocketses. So here's the deal, ladies. This is the yarn I showed last week. I don't remember the yardage. I think it was 174 yards, 72, something like that. This is a loop bat. It is a 3-ply. It is gorgeous ombre effect. It goes from this dark, it goes from this dark color to this light color in an ombre effect. That's number 1. Number 2 is this beautiful stuff that came from Knit Spin Farms. It was actually a candy bowl it was like 3 or 4 separate bumps that spun up like this. It's beautiful. And there are 176 yards of a 2-ply yarn. Beautiful. So this is number 2. Whoever, Ange in the East or Pockets is, the first one to message me on Ravelry telling me which one or 2 they want, they get their choice. The first one who responds gets their choice of which one they want. The second, the other person will get the leftovers, which is still a beautiful thing. So there you go. That is that. And then I had 20 total in the thread people, well, posts. There were a couple that were like, you can see here, several in a row posts, several in a row. So there's 20 entries. Oh boy. I don't have my phone. Okay, so I'm going to start over. So I'm going to push pause and come back. So now I have my phone. I'm going to bring up random number generator. There it is. Random number. 1 through... Well, why isn't this... No. Sorry. Okay. 1 through 20. Generate. Number 12 is the winner of a $10 or less giftable pattern on Ravelry. Number 12 is Another Yarn 9. Another Yarn 9 wins a $10 or less giftable pattern on Ravelry. So don't forget, Ange in the East and Pocketses. Number 1, number 2. First one to respond and tell me which one they want gets their choice. The second one goes to the other person. There we go. And Another Yarn 9, you get a $10 or less giftable pattern on Ravelry. Congratulations, you all, and thank you for all who participated. It turned out lovely. So the next thing on the agenda, I have so many things, is Story and Stash. Let me go to this. Over the last 2 weeks, I got some stash and some gifts. I started some new crochet projects, trying out new hooks that I got. So I'm not gonna read anymore. I'm gonna talk about the gifts. Number 1, Melissa, Ted's daughter, who lovingly calls me the evil stepmother, made me a beautiful shawl, you guys. It's so beautiful. And she has only been crocheting less than a year. It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely the most beautiful thing. And you guys all know, you crafters know, when somebody makes something and you know how much time and effort that they put into it, it's the most precious thing. I'll never. This will always be mine. I don't care. It's mine. Let me put my circle around this. Number 12 is the winner. Also, earlier in the week, Monday, I got a few things in the mail. One of them was this. I looked at it and I'm like, thank you. I didn't order anything. And then I see this. It's from Camelot Dye Works. That's not familiar. I didn't order anything. So I opened it up. And I'm looking and it says, thank you. And there's no note or nothing. And it says that I sold to Doris, shipped to Doris on July 4th. It was done. Now, to be honest, to tell on myself a little bit, we had, in part of the story that we can stash enhancement, we had the 4th of July at our house. All the kids, all the grandkids, and a few friends. It was wonderful. I cooked from 10 until 1, and I got in the pool and I had some beers, and truthfully on Monday when I opened this package, I said, did I do a drunk purchase? Did I purchase something after? No, I wasn't on that. I don't know. So I went on Etsy and I'm like, nope, there's nothing here. And I happened to go on Ravelry and saw that a lovely viewer purchased this for me. It is some lovely fiber, more spinning to do. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? And of course this gorgeousness. This is called, and it's from Camelot Dye Works, who is in, it says Color Your Life. This color is called Cherry Pie. This color is called Frog Pond. Ha! How funny is that? Frog Pond. I think I have a few projects that are close to being a frog pond, in the frog pond, but is that gorgeous or what? This one has superwash merino, bamboo, and nylon. It's gorgeous. And this one is a BFL, which I think I've spun before and I enjoy. So that's lovely surprises. Lovely surprises. So I told you that we had the celebration. It was noisy and the pool got a lot of use. Good food, good fun by all. Work has been steady for me. And Ted has also been steady. He has graduated from wore a leg brace for the first several months. And just the past week, he has graduated where he doesn't have to wear it anymore. So that's a blessing. He's still walking with the cane. Today he had a stress test, a chemical stress test, and they think there might be a questionable blockage. So he goes on Monday to have a heart cath and possible stent placement. So thoughts and prayers would be much welcomed, and I would thank you so much. So let me put this away so I can show you stash. I was very gluttonous this week with many different things. So this is going to be a longer episode because there's stash, there's gifts, there's finished objects, There's just so much wonderful things. Okay. Stash. Okay, so I purchased this. It's a Furls crochet hook. I love it. I love it so much. It is so nice and it's easy to hold. And I mean to tell you, I like the Knit Pro crochet hooks, but this one is just so comfortable, and your grip, because of the shape of it, I don't know. Your grip isn't as tight. My arm doesn't get as sore. It's nice. And I can tell you this because I started a project with this one. This is it's called a Furls Streamline. And it's a J hook. Back a long time ago, I pre-ordered this. It's a row counter ring from Jimmy Dean Wool. Let me get it to the 0. Turn it around. Try to see if the camera will see it. Anyway, you can't really see it. So you put it on your thumb and you push in and you turn, and that turns the numbers and makes the count. So it's cool. And then of course I have to turn it the other way to squeeze in to turn the others. Well, maybe not. Yeah, you do. Anyway, I got this. And then the weekend after the last podcast, excuse me for looking down, Melissa came over and said, "Hey Doris, you want to go to Hobby Lobby with me?" And I'm like, Ted said, "Just go, Doris." I'm like, "Really? You're giving me a license to buy some yarn?" Okay. So the first stop was at Hobby Lobby here in St. Charles, St. Peter's area. And let me see if there's anything else on here. Nope. It looks like all I got was this. Beautiful stuff. 3 skeins of this. I love this yarn, Prince. Is it Prince? Yes. The color is Winter Flower. B68 Winter. Is it B or an 8? 868 Winter Flower. I got 3 of these because, this has got to be something gorgeous. It's just got to be something gorgeous for me. Beautiful. And I can't remember if it was a sale. 30% off. So then we went to Joann's. And I purchased at Joann's. They were having a sale on the Big Twist. I think they were 30% off. So I bought 2 of these Big Twist, 100% acrylic, 5 ounces, in the color pink denim. Of course I was going to have to buy that. And I bought 2 because this is also going to have to be something gorgeous and big. How many yards is this? It's 5 ounces, 270 yards. So that's 500 and some yards. And I saw this and I got this. And as you can see, it's not a full pound of love. It's a pound of love. Caron pound of love, or not pound of love. Caron 1 pound in the color peach. Got that. Look, in my bag, I also got some almonds to eat because I was hungry. So I purchased this. You'll see in my works in progress what that is. that's all I got. And Melissa says, let's go to the other Hobby Lobby down the street, see what they have. And we found this discounted yarn from the big sale, I guess, or just because it's a little rough. It's a beautiful skein of yarn. It is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Low Pill Fiber, 100% acrylic, in the rainbow stripe. It was regularly $3.99, but this skein was 99 cents. It will be something beautiful. 99 cents. What the what? And it's a 4-ply. Or a number 4. 186 yards. There we go. So then I was on Facebook looking at, because I now joined the Pharrell group on Facebook, the Pharrell crochet group. And noticed that, I noticed these hooks, but they're quite expensive, and I'm like, well, I noticed they were still having a deal on them, so I got me one of these Pharrells. It's an Odyssey. This is an eye hook. So, of course, I had to start a project with this. I started a project with this one, a J. So I had to start another project with this one. And after I started the other one and I went back to this one, I was like, this one is so much smoother. This one has a little grab. This one is like butter. It's pretty. It's so pretty and nice. And these are really nice crochet hooks. The only problem, and my lighting has gone bad because the sun came back out, they're quite expensive. They have some that are rose gold, and they're like $60. The ones like these were $33, but I got them at a 20% discount, so they were almost the same price as this one. This one was $16 plus shipping. So they're expensive, but they really are nice. Just go look at them if you're at all interested. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, so I'm not getting any money if you do or don't. So, and so as you notice, I started a project that is going to require more than 1 pound of Caron, 1 pound. So I went on Joann's and ordered 2 more, and I'll probably have to get 1 more. And I went to Walmart and purchased a Caron Simply Soft in white as my contrast color. All of this you'll see in my works in progress. But wait, we have finished objects. At the top of the pile I just finished last night and washed is spinning. That I finally finished. It is from Curly Q on Facebook. It is a Falkland, which I have never spun before. It was not my favorite spin. And it wasn't my best spin. When I took it off the skeiner, my knitting otter, it went whoop. It was like back in together because it was so full of energy, less to put it mildly. It was overspun and maybe a little overplied, but here it is. It doesn't, these bumps don't have, it was a braid. It does not have a color name, but it was shades of green and blue. The color on the screen is not the color in my hand, just so you know. It's more light green with blue in it instead of this blue. It's more light green. And I hope you don't hear Ted in the background. If you do, I'm sorry. Just try to ignore him. So this was 284 yards of a 2-ply, which is like one of my most yardage I've ever gotten. So this is like a light DK. So after soaking and flacking and weighting it down, there's not as much energy in it. It's pretty, there's a little energy left in it, as you saw. It flipped back on itself. But for the most part, it's pretty good. It's not bad, not too harsh for a 100% wool. Should I turn off the computer, or should I just let him talk for a minute? You know, he's talking. I hope it's not distracting. I'll try to talk louder. So, second finished object, I finished the weekend after the podcast, and I've been dying to use this, but I had to wait. I made me one of the grandma's favorite dishcloth with the scrubby in it. This is the yarn, the underlying yarn is cotton. It's Bernat Handicrafter cotton, and then the scrubby is a Red Heart scrubby. And this is going to be my washcloth. I've been waiting. So that's a finished object. I also finished, I'll take this off, the big Granny Square Cocoon cardigan, which is a free pattern, which is a tutorial that's linked on YouTube. I can't see my stuff. Okay. It's a free pattern on YouTube, but it's actually a tutorial pattern thing. The yarn is, I love this yarn, tweed in pastel color is this one. A J hook. And I finished it off with some, I love this yarn metallic in pink. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to put it on, show you the full picture. Here it is. What the heck? It feels weird and I can't see. Yeah, I'm not real happy with the fit. But I'm keeping it. If you notice, it hangs way down and it cups my butt. Let me just turn around. Here it is. It's nice, it's warm, but it doesn't look like I've got it on right. It doesn't look right for some reason. Anyway, it's finished. I'm keeping it. It wasn't my favorite finished object, but it's finished and I'm keeping it. I love it. I like the color. I like the colors. And it's warm, but I don't like this part. I don't like that. No, because it cups my butt and then you can't come around and you can see my big butt, my bubble butt. Anyway, it's done. I wanted to do it. I can take it off my bucket list of things I want, projects I want to do. Done. That is all of the finished objects. So, works in progress. I did not touch my Tecumseh. I did not touch the Shelley's summer top. I planned on starting the second rectangle, and I didn't. Instead, I wanted to try out my crochet hooks. So I started new crochet projects. We'll talk about those and talk about the one knitting whip that got some attention this week. The first one with the beautiful Odyssey crochet hook number. The eye hook. Excuse me, I want to take a drink. This is going to be a longer episode. Sorry about that. I started this project. It's called Captive Heart. I crocheted this probably 20 years ago, and I refound the pattern because I want to do it again. And next week, if I think about it, I will bring up the one that I finished 20 years ago. It's beautiful. But this is what I have done on this one so far, using Caron Pound of Love in the peach colorway and the white Caron Simply Soft. Here you have it. This is the beginning of an Afghan called Captive Hearts. And I'm sorry about the lighting. And this is what I have. It goes from, you crochet it, I crochet it from left to right. Most people who are right-handed crochet from right to left. But you start at this side and you go all the way to this side, and then when you get to the end, you fasten off. You fasten off, and then you go back to where you started, and you join with a single crochet, and you go. So it's always, for me, always left to right, left to right. So you're always fastening off at the end. But is that just not the prettiest thing you ever saw? I need to close that because it's too bright. But anyway, you get an idea. But this is just the beginning. I'm excited. I love it. Like I said, I made this several years ago. This is just half of it. Beautiful. So I started that in the middle of the week, I think. I don't know. Because I don't know when I got this hook, and I wanted to start it. So I'm like, I got that Pound of Love. I'm going to make it. So I went to Walmart and bought the white, and because here's the contrasting. There you go. You do two contrasting rows on the beginning and at the end. So that's first project. Second project that I used, this one. I started this one. I started it sooner. You guys. Another virus. And you can't, at this point, you can't see it. It's gorgeous. But if you look, can you see it? Can you get a close look? It's going to be a pretty, pretty princess. Because it's all sparkles. You can't really see on that white. But this is like all of the metallic all of metallic. You can't hardly tell that. Oh, la, 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 la. It's going to be another pretty, pretty princess. I love it. 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 So this is white, light pink, fuchsia. You can't. This looks red, but it's actually a fuchsia. I'm going to do another row of white, or another grouping of white. And then I think I'm going to end on this pink. It was going to be blue, but I just think this needs to be all white and pink. Pretty, Pretty Princess Pink Virus. It's gorgeous. So hopefully this will be finished by next week. Next 2 weeks this should be finished. So I'll have other finished objects to show you. And finally, the only knitting project is the No Fuss Shade Loving Shawl, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Susan Ashcroft. The yarn is Karen Jumbo in the color Rosewood. The needles are US 7, 4.5 millimeter, Addi Turbo, 40-inch circular, and there is where I was the last time you saw it, and I actually got a good amount done. This is so hard in this camera. There's a good amount done. About 10 or 12 rows. And it's getting a lot bigger. And there's no hurry. This is going to be a gift for Louise for all she does for us. That's it. Finishes, works in progress, other stuff not touched and ignored. And you guys, I wanted to mention how I look over here up on the top and I see so many whips. I have a Tecumseh sweater, I have an eyeball shawl, I have a baby blanket started, I have another shawl, the survivor shawl, I have a crocheted wrap that started. Oh gosh. I'm going to promise myself, I'm going to try to, when I finish something, pick up a languishing whip and complete it along with the others. This Captive Hearts is going to be a long term. It's not going to be done soon. Maybe it'll be done by spring of next year. I'm not going to rush it. I love it. When I feel like crocheting, I'll pick it up and crochet a row or two. So I've got so many whips that are sitting unfinished, and things that I had wanted to complete this summer that I know I'm not going to be able to. So you can only do what you can do. Anyway, in the bottom of the show notes, and in the bottom of the down bar, there's a link to my Etsy store, which I've not been minding. I need to go in and clean it up, dust in the corners, you know, make sure everything's okay, but I haven't because life. But go over, have a look around, like a few things, and if you see something that you can't live without, I'll happily sell it to you and ship it to you lightning fast. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along and being a part of this whole big thing. And I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. And please remember to keep us in your thoughts and prayers on Monday when Ted has his heart calf. Thank you. Bye.